Being a chosen one is not merely a label or a title. It is a way of life that carries with it unique responsibilities, sensitivities, and energetic boundaries. Chosen ones are those who are here with a heightened awareness, an innate connection to unseen forces, and a deep understanding of life beyond the ordinary. Their presence in the world is often accompanied by a subtle but undeniable weight, a sense of knowing that the average person may not perceive. For these individuals, being in large groups of people, in crowded spaces, or in constant social environments can become overwhelming, not because of introversion or shyness, but because their energy is profoundly sensitive and responsive to external stimuli. Every thought, emotion, and intention around them resonates in ways most cannot comprehend. This resonance, while subtle to some, can feel like a barrage of constant vibration to a chosen one, making large crowds not just exhausting, but energetically destabilizing. It is important to understand that chosen ones are conduits for a much larger flow of energy in the universe. This means that when they are surrounded by too many people, or energies that are unaligned with their purpose, their own vibration can be drowned out, diluted, or even temporarily blocked. In these moments, the mind and spirit may experience confusion, the heart may feel heavy, and the intuitive abilities of the chosen one can become clouded. However, despite these challenges, chosen ones are also capable of tremendous positive influence. They have the power to direct intention, manifest change, and affect the flow of energy around them. This is why it is crucial for them to maintain a level of solitude and energetic clarity, allowing their gifts to remain unhindered. And while we are on the subject of harnessing power, there is a remarkable phenomenon connected to chosen ones: their ability to help wishes come true. If you are watching this video, take a moment to write your warmest wish in the comments and include the number 66. By doing so, you are not only expressing your intention, but also contributing to a collective energy field. Chosen ones, with their heightened vibrational state, can help energize these wishes, allowing the universe to respond more fully, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways that feel magical yet profoundly real. Yet, the necessity for distance from large crowds is not only about self-preservation, it is about maintaining the purity of purpose. Chosen ones absorb energies as naturally as others breathe air, and when surrounded by too many people at once, the energetic input can be overwhelming. Imagine a sponge placed under a waterfall. Eventually, the sponge cannot hold any more water, and it begins to leak or distort. In the same way, the chosen one's energy can become overloaded, causing stress, fatigue, and even emotional turbulence. This is why solitude is not a weakness, but a crucial aspect of their spiritual architecture. It is in these quiet, often solitary moments that chosen ones recharge, recalibrate, and connect with their higher purpose. It is here that they can hear the subtle whispers of intuition, receive guidance from unseen sources, and maintain alignment with their soul's mission. Another aspect to consider is the heightened sensitivity of chosen ones to the intentions of others. People around them are not merely individuals. They are energetic entities whose emotions, thoughts, and states of being can resonate with the chosen one. Positive energies may uplift and inspire, but negative energies, unresolved trauma, or unprocessed emotions can leave a deep imprint on the chosen one's psyche. This energetic empathy, while a gift, demands boundaries. Chosen ones must carefully select the environments and the people they allow into their immediate space. Large gatherings, noisy settings, or overly chaotic atmospheres can create an energetic turbulence that diminishes their clarity and interferes with their ability to function at their highest potential. For some, even a day spent in excessive social stimulation can require several days of recovery in solitude. This need for retreat is often misunderstood by society, but it is an essential aspect of their energetic health and spiritual sustainability. Moreover, chosen ones often operate on multiple levels simultaneously. They perceive not only the physical realm, but also the energetic and emotional layers of reality. This multidimensional perception allows them to understand situations, people, and events in a deeply profound way, but it also makes them uniquely vulnerable to overstimulation. Every large crowd becomes a network of overlapping vibrations, a complex web of energies that can obscure insight and clarity. For a chosen one, navigating this complexity requires immense inner discipline and frequent recalibration. It is not uncommon for chosen ones to withdraw from social environments entirely, not out of disdain for humanity, but out of necessity to preserve the purity of their mission and the integrity of their own energetic field. In addition, the very act of being a chosen one often attracts attention, sometimes unwanted attention, from people who sense the power and uniqueness of their presence. This can manifest in various ways: admiration, envy, curiosity, or even unconscious manipulation attempts. The more people who gather around a chosen one, the more these dynamics come into play, and the greater the risk that the chosen one's energy becomes entangled with external agendas. Maintaining distance is therefore a form of protection, an acknowledgement that their energy is valuable, both to themselves and to the greater work they are called to do. It is a conscious choice to engage selectively, ensuring that their energy remains focused, clear, and potent. Furthermore, chosen ones often carry an innate sense of purpose that is intensely personal and yet universally significant. Their missions may involve healing, teaching, guiding, or manifesting change in subtle or profound ways. Being constantly surrounded by people who are unaware of or disconnected from these higher frequencies can create friction, not out of malice, but simply due to energetic incompatibility. The chosen one may feel drained, misunderstood, or disconnected from their center when too many people crowd their space. This is why periods of solitude, reflection, and meditative alignment are not indulgences. They are essential practices that allow them to remain effective in their purpose and true to their mission. Finally, it is crucial to recognize that the chosen one's experience of life is fundamentally different from the majority. Their heightened sensitivity, their connection to higher energies, and their capacity to influence and transform reality are gifts that come with unique challenges. Being around too many people without proper boundaries or energetic preparation can disrupt their alignment, reduce their effectiveness, and even affect their overall health. By understanding and honoring this need for solitude, chosen ones can maintain their vitality, strengthen their intuitive abilities, and continue to operate as the luminous, transformative beings they are meant to be. The energy of a chosen one is not static. It is dynamic, constantly shifting and expanding in ways that most people cannot perceive. When they are alone, they have the freedom to move within their own energy, to explore, expand, and align with the higher frequencies that guide their mission. But when surrounded by too many people, this energy is inevitably pulled in multiple directions. Every thought, every emotion, and every intention from those around them exerts a subtle gravitational force, creating a tug-of-war that can fracture clarity and hinder alignment. The chosen one's ability to maintain their vibration becomes compromised, leading to exhaustion, distraction, and in some cases, a sense of disconnection from their inner self. This is why the world often misunderstands their need for solitude, mistaking it for aloofness, arrogance, or detachment. In reality, it is a conscious and necessary act of self-preservation and energetic management. It is not only the quantity of people that matters, but also the quality of the energy that surrounds the chosen one. Highly charged, chaotic, or unresolved energy from a crowd can create turbulence within their subtle bodies, akin to waves crashing against a fragile vessel. Even if a chosen one is physically present, their energetic presence can be diminished or scattered in such an environment. This is why many chosen ones instinctively gravitate toward calm, quiet, or natural settings, where the energy is stable, grounded, and conducive to alignment. Nature, in particular, provides a sanctuary where the chosen one can reconnect with their essence, recalibrate their vibration, and restore the clarity necessary to fulfill their higher purpose. In these sacred spaces, their energy flows freely, and their connection to the universal currents of life becomes unimpeded. Another important factor is the chosen one's heightened empathic sensitivity. Empathy, in its purest form, allows them to feel and understand emotions deeply, often more deeply than those around them. While this can be a tremendous gift, it also acts as a double-edged sword when interacting with large groups of people. Every layer of fear, anxiety, anger, or unresolved emotion others resonates within the chosen one, often unconsciously. This absorption can lead to internal chaos, emotional overwhelm, and a sense of being unmoored. Unlike most individuals, chosen ones cannot simply turn off this reception. Their empathic nature requires careful boundary management, intentional focus, and periodic withdrawal from overstimulating environments. Without these practices, the chosen one may find themselves energetically drained, emotionally scattered, or spiritually depleted, unable to access the higher insights and guidance that are their birthright. The presence of too many people can also disrupt the flow of synchronicities and intuitive guidance that are central to a chosen one's journey. These individuals operate not only in the material world, but also across multiple dimensions of perception. Their intuition, often subtle and easily overlooked, is a vital compass that guides decisions, relationships, and actions. When the energy around them becomes too dense, cluttered, or discordant, these intuitive signals can become obscured. Small decisions may feel confusing, opportunities may be missed, and a general sense of stagnation can occur. This is why chosen ones often report a sense of draining after social events or large gatherings, even when interactions are pleasant and well-intentioned. It is not a reflection of personality, but a reflection of their energetic architecture, which requires deliberate care to function optimally. An additional layer to consider is the energetic responsibility of the chosen one. Their presence in the world carries influence beyond the conscious awareness of those around them. Even a subtle misalignment can ripple outward, affecting the collective consciousness in ways imperceptible but significant. Being around large numbers of people who are unaware of or resistant to these higher frequencies can create friction, conflict, or confusion. The chosen one's energy must be pulled into resolving minor disturbances, managing emotional fluctuations, or absorbing negative projections, which can be taxing and counterproductive to their mission. This is why selective engagement is not a matter of preference, but a strategic necessity. By curating their social environment, chosen ones maintain energetic clarity, preserve their vibration, and ensure their contributions to the world remain potent and aligned. It is also essential to recognize the cyclical nature of energy management for chosen ones. Just as the body requires sleep to restore physical vitality, the energy field of a chosen one requires solitude and careful calibration to maintain spiritual and emotional health. Large social gatherings act as stimulants that demand high energy expenditure, and without adequate recovery, the chosen one risks burnout or even a temporary energetic shutdown. This cycle of engagement, absorption, and withdrawal is a natural rhythm, not a limitation. Those who understand it can navigate life with greater ease, using solitude to restore focus, strengthen resilience, and maintain a deep connection to purpose. Furthermore, the chosen one's heightened awareness often extends to subtle distortions or imbalances in the environment. In a large crowd, minor irritations, hidden agendas, or unresolved conflicts become amplified in their perception. While most individuals may navigate these situations without consequence, the chosen one internalizes and processes them on multiple levels. This heightened processing demands mental discipline, emotional intelligence, and regular periods of energetic cleansing. Rituals such as meditation, grounding, or time in nature are not mere practices. They are vital mechanisms that allow the chosen one to maintain alignment, heal from energetic intrusions, and preserve the purity of their mission. Finally, it is worth noting that the path of a chosen one is not meant to be easy or conventional. It is marked by periods of solitude, reflection, and selective engagement with the world. Being around too many people is not inherently negative, but it must be balanced with intentional practices that protect and sustain energy. Chosen ones thrive when they are mindful of their interactions, discerning about their environment, and committed to preserving the integrity of their vibration. By honoring this natural rhythm, they remain powerful conduits for transformation, healing, and guidance, contributing to the world in ways that are often unseen, yet profoundly impactful. For a chosen one, the necessity of limited social exposure is not merely a preference. It is a form of survival and self-preservation. Their heightened awareness makes them uniquely vulnerable to energetic disruptions, and without proper boundaries, the cumulative effects of interacting with large groups can manifest physically, mentally, and emotionally. Fatigue, headaches, mental fog, and emotional turbulence are common experiences when their energy field is overwhelmed. Unlike ordinary stress that can be remedied with rest or distraction, the stress of energy overload is subtle and pervasive. It seeps into every facet of their being, often leaving the chosen one feeling disoriented, detached, or emotionally drained without an obvious cause. This is why chosen ones instinctively develop coping mechanisms, sometimes appearing reserved, selective, or introverted to those who do not understand the energetic pressures they face. One of the most crucial strategies for managing these pressures is the establishment of energetic boundaries. Chosen ones must learn to shield their field from excessive external influence, while still remaining open to inspiration, guidance, and meaningful connection. This often takes the form of conscious visualization, protective rituals, or simple physical practices that signal to their energy system what is and is not acceptable. For example, envisioning a protective light or barrier around themselves allows the chosen one to filter incoming energy without becoming entangled in it. This is not a defensive measure born of fear, but a sophisticated form of energy management, essential to preserving their ability to function at a high vibrational level. Without these boundaries, the chosen one's energy can become fragmented, scattered, and less effective, reducing their capacity to fulfill their purpose in the world. Another consideration is the emotional impact of absorbing the collective energy of others. When a chosen one is in a large group, they may unconsciously take on the feelings, anxieties, and unresolved conflicts of those around them. Unlike ordinary empathy, which allows for observation and understanding, this form of energetic absorption deeply affects the chosen one's emotional state. It is as if each person contributes a drop of energy to a growing reservoir within them. While small amounts may be manageable, larger groups can overwhelm their emotional capacity, causing stress, irritability, or an inexplicable sense of heaviness. This is why the chosen one often retreats after social interaction, taking time to release absorbed energy, process emotions, and recalibrate their vibration. These recovery periods are not indulgent. They are essential for maintaining clarity, focus, and alignment with their higher purpose. Psychologically, the chosen one's need for solitude can create tension with societal expectations. In a culture that often values extroversion, social networking, and constant interaction, withdrawing from crowds can be misunderstood as antisocial behavior or disengagement. However, for the chosen one, this withdrawal is a conscious act of preservation and an acknowledgement of their unique needs. They operate on a different energetic scale, one that requires careful maintenance and intentional self-care. Without this, their natural gifts, intuition, clarity, empathy, and influence, can be diminished or distorted. It is not a matter of preference or personality. It is a necessity dictated by the structural integrity of their energy system and the mission they are here to fulfill. Additionally, chosen ones are often highly attuned to environmental energies, not just human ones. Locations, objects, and even the emotional residue of past events can influence their vibration. Being in crowded or chaotic spaces amplifies this sensitivity. Each individual in a group carries their own energetic imprint, and the collective mass of these imprints can create a dense field that is difficult for the chosen one to navigate. Over time, repeated exposure to such environments without recovery can accumulate energetic residue, leading to fatigue, irritability, and even psychosomatic symptoms. This is why chosen ones often find themselves drawn to quiet, natural, or sacred spaces where energy is coherent, supportive, and aligned with higher frequencies. In these environments, they can replenish their energy, reconnect with purpose, and maintain the integrity of their vibration. The chosen one's sensitivity also makes them uniquely vulnerable to unconscious projection from others. People may unknowingly project fear, envy, or unresolved trauma onto the chosen one, which can distort their perception, generate confusion, or create emotional imbalance. In large groups, the number of potential projections increases exponentially, each one subtly affecting the chosen one's field. Without deliberate protective practices and selective engagement, the cumulative effect of these projections can become overwhelming, disrupting their clarity, intuition, and inner equilibrium. This is why chosen ones often limit interactions, not to reject humanity, but to maintain a stable energetic environment where they can operate effectively and purposefully. Moreover, chosen ones often experience heightened intuitive awareness, which allows them to perceive subtle patterns, underlying truths, and future possibilities. While this gift provides guidance and clarity, it also makes them acutely aware of energetic inconsistencies in their surroundings. In crowded settings, this heightened perception can create internal tension as the chosen one navigates conflicting energies, subtle agendas, and emotional currents. This constant processing requires significant energetic resources, which are finite, Without the ability to recharge and reset, the chosen one risks overextension, which can compromise their physical, mental, and spiritual health. Recognizing this limitation is not a weakness. It is a fundamental understanding of how their energy operates and how best to sustain it. Finally, the path of a chosen one is one of balance and intentionality. Social engagement, collaboration, and interaction with others are essential for growth and contribution, but they must be balanced with periods of solitude, reflection, and energetic maintenance. Being around too many people without careful consideration can disrupt this balance, leading to misalignment, fatigue, and diminished capacity to fulfill their mission. By consciously curating their interactions and environment, chosen ones preserve the integrity of their energy, maintain clarity, and ensure that their contributions remain potent and transformative. Their journey is not one of isolation for its own sake, but of intentional engagement and discernment, allowing them to navigate the world effectively while honoring the sacred architecture of their energy. The life of a chosen one is fundamentally a life of heightened perception. This heightened perception is not just limited to seeing and understanding more than the average person. It extends to feeling, sensing, and absorbing energies on levels most cannot imagine. The spiritual implications of being constantly surrounded by large groups are profound. Each interaction carries the potential for energetic resonance or energetic disruption. In crowded spaces, the chosen one is bombarded with multiple layers of energy, some of which may be dissonant, chaotic, or unresolved. Over time, repeated exposure without sufficient recovery creates an accumulation of energetic interference, which can manifest as spiritual fatigue, emotional numbness, or even disconnection from higher guidance. This is why periods of solitude are not merely beneficial. They are essential for the chosen one's spiritual health, clarity, and growth. Chosen ones also carry a long-term responsibility to themselves and to the greater flow of energy in the universe. Being constantly exposed to the energies of many people without boundaries can distort their own vibration, leading to a subtle but persistent weakening of their intuitive faculties and spiritual alignment. This weakening may not be immediately noticeable, but it can have cumulative effects, gradually eroding their capacity to act as a clear channel for guidance, inspiration, and transformation. The chosen one's energy system is like a delicate instrument. Without proper tuning, it cannot resonate harmoniously with the higher frequencies it is designed to channel. Large crowds, social overstimulation, and chaotic environments act as external factors that detune this instrument, creating internal dissonance that may take days or even weeks to recalibrate. Another critical aspect of this dynamic is the long-term psychological impact. Chosen ones often internalize the energies around them, absorbing emotional undercurrents, unspoken tensions, and subtle manipulations. Over time, repeated exposure to large groups can create patterns of subconscious stress, anxiety, or hypervigilance. These patterns are not inherently visible but influence behavior, perception, and decision-making. Without conscious effort to release and process these energies, the chosen one may develop a subtle form of emotional fatigue, which can affect their personal relationships, professional choices, and overall quality of life. Recognizing this risk allows the chosen one to implement practices that safeguard their mind, body, and spirit, maintaining balance and resilience despite the pressures of the external world. Spiritual growth for a chosen one often requires a careful balance between engagement and retreat. Interaction with others provides opportunities for learning, teaching, and expanding awareness. But without discernment, these interactions can become draining rather than nourishing. The long-term effect of mismanaged social exposure is a slowing of personal evolution, as the chosen one's energy is diverted into managing external influences rather than deepening internal understanding. By selectively choosing when, where, and with whom they engage, chosen ones preserve their energetic bandwidth for experiences and interactions that are aligned with their purpose. This selective engagement allows them to maintain a high vibration, which is essential for both personal growth and the fulfillment of their mission in the world. This conscious approach goes beyond mere energy management. It also deepens spiritual awareness and inner clarity. The chosen one, while protecting their own energy, can engage with the world in a more meaningful and effective way. Each interaction becomes an opportunity for learning and growth, replacing unnecessary energy drains with purposeful contributions. In this way, they accelerate their personal evolution while leaving a positive, transformative impact on those around them. For the chosen one, this balance forms an essential cornerstone, enabling them to fulfill their purpose and move forward in harmony with the universe.